want to talk about fear. Now, let's be honest. If we counted fear like cardio, we all be Olympic athletes, wouldn't we? Because fear runs us all the time. There's something that's running in our mind that is caused by fear of something. Maybe today you have something that you're working through that's fearful and that's creating anxiety. A lot of us have it and we don't notice it. It's constantly there. And maybe when I'm saying this, some of you might deny it. What do you mean? Fear is running me. I'm running on anxiety. What does that mean? Maybe some of you are questioning. Now, I want to ask you, what did you wake up today worrying about? Did you wake up today worrying about something? Because when worry shows up, the cause of that is fear, right? There's something that's turning you to this anxiety mode. And what is it? And a lot of us learn to live in this anxiety zone, this state of anxiety. It feels really real, right? It feels like this is the way I live. How does fear show up for you? And when it shows up, do you think that something's wrong with you? Do you create more stories to validate that fear? I want you to notice when something that shows up as a fear, where do you feel it? What is it telling you? Now, sometimes we have really good days. Maybe you're sitting at home. Today's a weekend, right? It's a Saturday. You're enjoying your coffee. You just woke up. It's beautiful. Nothing's wrong. You're fine. But suddenly you get this message or a signal, and then you start worrying, and it feels like everything is falling apart. Things are going to be going wrong. You start producing stories as how everything can go wrong, right? So that's fear. If you're not labeled it, that's fear. When everything is going fine and you're fine and something, the signal comes, and then you start fearing as everything is going to go and fall apart. Now, most of us hate talking about fear. We hide it, right? Because that makes us strong. But today, I wanted to let you know that hiding fear is not a badge of honor to be strong. There's more ways to show strength, right? It's actually when fear shows up, it's an overprotective system. You're being protected. No, most of us, what we do is we fight the fear, right? We create more stories. Our brain starts creating more stories about all the things that's going to go wrong. And I can't talk about it because I can't tell people about it. And then we think I'm only dealing with it. And that's why anxiety is so hard, right? To share with others because you don't really know if they're feeling it or you're the only one who's feeling it. Anxiety is a real thing that stems from fear. So today, I want to make a gentle shift because we're not going to fight fear. We're going to learn how to sit with it. But not just sit with it because we've all sat with it. You're probably saying, yeah, I always sit with my fear. Yeah, we sit with it. But today, you're going to do an important shift in listening to it. You may have had fear before or having fear right now as I speak. You're fearful of something. Something's going to happen. Something's not going to go right. You didn't do something right, maybe in the past or the future, right? But you have sat with it, but have you listened to it? Because underneath that fear, there's always a simple message from your nervous system. And that message is, I just don't feel safe enough yet, right? I just don't feel safe yet. Your nervous system is not feeling safe for some reason. And that's the message. Now, with all of our busyness, because we're all busy, we could be parents, we could be teachers, we could just be any human being these days, we're all busy. So in the busyness, we forgot to listen to our nervous system. And that's why this anxiety has become among everyone. Even young children have anxiety. And that's why we're seeing so many behaviors of because of anxiety and fear. But that's the simple message from the nervous system saying that I just don't feel safe yet. Now, what do we do when this happens? We push forward, right? We push forward to do more because we have to be in performance or productive mode. So we push forward. But this is the moment to take, not push forward, but to listen to your nervous system so that your nervous system can relax and so that it can begin to get into the flow state instead of this overdrive of fear. So it's really important that we name it. When we're listening to it, it's important to not just know that we have a fear and that's creating an anxiety, but also then to name it. As we're listening to it, name it. What is it? What is this fear? What is the name of this fear? I'm scared, right? I'm worried about this. So play it out. What are you worried about? Where's that fear coming from? And name it. Now, naming it does what? What does naming it do? Why do we need to name it? Because it brings it back into the body. We cannot regulate a nervous system when we pretend it's not happening to us. We need to accept that my nervous system is not feeling safe. As I'm naming it, I'm scared. Now my nervous system can regulate. It can start to regulate for me instead of fighting it. So that's why naming it so important. So, what am I saying? If you are feeling anxiety, that stems from a fear. Name that fear and listen to it and name it so that your nervous system can start to regulate itself again. Because flow can only return to any of us when we feel safe. Now, some of you might be wondering, what do you mean by safe? I feel safe. I'm at my home. I feel safe. No, that's not safe. I'm not talking about that type of safe. I'm right now in a room, I'm safe too. You probably at your house or in your car or somewhere you're feeling safe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the nervous system safety. That's a different safety. Because when we're in anxiety, you're not feeling safe. Here's the truth. Once your body feels seen by you because you're listening to it, the energy trapped in fear starts to move again. So we're not trapping the fear, we're moving the energy around that fear so that your body feels seen, so that the flow can start to return to you and your body. So that's how we reach flow. Now, some of you listening to me might be thinking this is so simple. Maybe you might even say, I don't think it's going to work. I really want you to try it. Because until you try it, you don't know. Because we all reject things that are simple. In life, simple is what works. Complicated doesn't work, but we think complicated is what works. So, what I'm saying is really important that when your body says, when I'm saying something, if you feel like it's not going to work, try it once, try it twice, and then tell me in the comment if it works or not, because I'd love to hear it. So, fear isn't bad. Because if you keep denying fear, if you keep saying that fear is bad, you're not moving the energy, you're trapping more fear, more fear. And over time, what happens with more fear? More anxiety. No wonder our body feels so much trapped in anxiety, right? So fear doesn't want to be ignored. It wants to be listened to. It want you to listen to it. Actually, it wants you to listen to it. And it also wants you to name it. And when you name it, your protective alarm that has gone off and protecting you as its danger will start to ease off, right? Because our nervous system is an alarm, right? It's alarming that we need to protect you. Now, when you name it, when you listen to it, when you sit with it, now it's going to start to decrease the volume. Your body's going to learn whatever felt unsafe is no longer unsafe. It's just going to start to process. You cannot process the fear, where it's coming from, what is the message, what is the signal doing to me. So, for all of this to happen, awareness is number one. Whenever you're feeling this anxiety, this fear showing up constantly, and when does it show up? Random, right? It's very random. There's no time for it. It could be, you can even help your child with it. Now, I do want to demonstrate something before I finish off today. Like a lot of the time, when a child or a student is full of anxiety, what do we normally do for them? We start talking to them, right? We start talking to them. What's wrong? What's going on? Why are you acting like this? You're always like this. Why do you behave like this? Why do you act like this? Why do you say these things? Now, when someone is in that situation, a child or even an adult, your words are not being registered. All of what I just said, they just hear you yelling at them, and you're increasing their anxiety even more. So, words do not get registered when somebody is in their fearful situation. It could be anything. So, what gets to them faster? Regulation. You must remain calm. I know we don't listen to our breaths because we're so busy and we're so living in a fast world. We don't listen to our breaths. We take it for granted. So, this breath is what I have right now. I have nothing else except what I can do right now. So, when somebody is experiencing anxiety and they're showing their anxiety by behaviors or what they're saying, sometimes adults don't show behaviors, but they say harsh words, or they're hiding, or they're avoiding. The best thing is to not to talk to them, because words actually makes it worse. So what should we do? Regulate with them. Let them sit with their fear, because if they sit with it, they're going to listen to it. Then when that rhythm starts returning to them, they can breathe. You can co-regulate with them, because we can all breathe and co-regulate. If I take a deep breath, if you're watching me, you probably would want to take a deep breath, because we can co-regulate. Even through the screen, we can co-regulate. I've been working with students for 15 years through the screen, helping parents and students. It works. Many of us think it only works in person. No, it works online as well. We can co-regulate, because this nervous system, when I take a deep breath, you feel it and you want to take it too. So that is what I'm talking about. If your child is having a behavior with anxiety and fear and all this, start co-regulating with them. Breath is powerful, but we forgot to use it. We forget to use it and forgot to use it. So today, what I want you to do is, if fear is showing up for you or those around you or your loved ones, learn to sit with it, but don't just sit with it, because we've done that. We've all done with sitting with it, because how many of us has created more story to validate that fear, right? So we all know we sit with it, but I want you to add the second layer, which is listen to it. Sit with it, listen to it, but then the third part is name it. Now, if you're helping someone, don't start naming it for them. Let them name it, because it's their journey, not our journey, right? We can only co-regulate for them to sit with it, listen to it, and they name it. But you can co-regulate with them. How do you co-regulate? Breathe. Breathe, sit with them, make them understand that you understand they're going through a hard time. This is hard. Know how many students will respond really beautifully if we just sit with them instead of asking them questions when they are in the state of fear and anxiety? How many of our children will respond better when we give them space and sit with them and co regulate with them through breathing instead of asking them why, how, what, when? You can see how it triggers, right? Absolutely. So that's what I want to share with you today about fear. Fear is not something we need to escape. Fear is part of our system because fear is there to protect us. But when fear takes over and gets into anxiety state, now we need to regulate it, right? We need to calm the alarm system in our body so that we can remain calm and lead our life. So if you have been watching this and saying, I don't know if it's going to work for me or my child or my student or myself, I want you to try it. It doesn't cost anything. It just costs you to notice your fear, the time in your energy that's being wasted. Because as I said before, all the energy that we spend, the amount of energy that we spend on fear, thinking about it and experiencing, it takes a lot of energy out of us. We could all be Olympic athletes because fear actually keeps us in that zone so much more than any other feeling. And if you relate to this, please send me a comment. I have Trish here. She says, I have a deep fear of loss that I need to name over and over again, or else it slips back into my nervous system and stops me from taking action. Yeah. Fear of loss. Yes. What is the loss? We might want to know, what is that loss? What am I fearing that I will lose? Sometimes it's our parents, because if you have elderly parents, losing someone is hard, or losing a job, or losing something that you love. So, as Trish says, it slips back into my nervous system. That's exactly what I'm talking about as well. If we don't name it and we don't know, we can't identify it, our nervous system, it will get back into your nervous system and keep you hostage there. That's the problem with fear, is that it keeps us hostage if we don't listen to it and name it. So that's what I want you to do. Try it and let me know how it goes in the comment section. So first of all, every one of us have fear, so you're not alone. That's number one. Number two, fear is normal. It's the alarm system of our nervous system, so that's fine. There's no problem with having fear. Now, when it gets to an anxiety level, now we have to do something about it because we have an overdrive. Our nervous system is on overdrive, overprotective. So what do? We sit with it, which we all done before, so that's not new. The new part is listen to it. Maybe some of you have already done that too. You listen to it, okay? But the third is name it. And in our program, we always talk to our brain about it. And that's the last step that really solves that overprotective drive and really puts the nervous system back onto regular speed. Otherwise, it's in an overdrive. Thank you, and I'll see you on another Blocks to Flow live. I'll see you on another one. And if you have any comments, post it in the comment section, and have a blessed day.